Yes, people. It's Mr. You know what I mean? Manners and respect. M.A.R. dot, aka manners and respect. Well, today I just want to touch the topic, you know what I mean, of, African people globally, really suffering from PTSD. You understand what I'm saying? For real, you know what I mean? But when I say PTSD, I don't mean like post-traumatic stress syndrome. I mean present traumatic stress syndrome. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's where we at right now. We're in present traumatic stress syndrome. And there's reasons for that. You know what I mean? Because we're constantly, being traumatized. You understand what I'm saying? On a daily basis. You know what I mean? And, you have some people are more retarded, you know what I'm saying, than the people who look retarded. You understand what I'm saying? And, so I just want to talk about some of the things that brought about this condition, you know what I'm saying, among our people. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's necessary. You know what I mean? It's necessary to really understand the grand scheme of things and all of that. You know what I mean? So anyway, present traumatic stress syndrome, which all Africans globally suffer from. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you have to look at a little bit of history to really understand, you know what I'm saying? How we've been traumatized over the years, you know what I'm saying? And the effects of it. You understand what I'm saying? Because many things in our behaviors that you see are the effects of things. And you don't ever forget, you know what I'm saying, the origin of things. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you get caught up in the effects and you forget the origin of it. You understand what I'm saying? And the only way to change it, you know what I mean, is you gotta go back to the origin of it. How did it come about and who brought it about? You understand what I'm saying? Because that's where the real, fight, if you want to call it that, starts or begins. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, man, we under a constant state of terrorism. You know what I'm saying? We're being terrorized out here. You understand what I'm saying? And as I've had many conversations with different people, it's just to express that, look, as soon as we step out the house, there's stress. You understand what I'm saying? We under pressure and there's stress. We're being killed in the street, as we all know. We all see it. We understand what I'm saying? It's not a pretend thing. It's real. You understand what I'm saying? And those things have always been happening, really. You know what I'm saying? But it's more in your face right now, so, maybe you'll have a little more empathy or whatever. But you've kind of been traumatized out of even having empathy towards each other. You understand what I'm saying? Because instead of, like, Trayvon was the real beginning of the open season, video killings and all of that kind of stuff. That was the signal. You know what I'm saying? That young brother's death was the signal, the call to, to war and arms the white supremacists. You know what I mean? It's like, we gotta go now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's on and popping now. Let's do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It even emboldened their women. You understand what I'm saying? We see how, certain things is happening, right? So now, soon as we step out the house, is stress. You understand what I'm saying? Stress from, so many different angles. I want to talk about well, let me see. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to continue this one on because I want to get more into depth about the present traumatic stress syndrome that we find ourselves living under, but I don't want to make the thing too long. So this is an introduction to the actual reasoning on, PTSD. You know what I mean? It's a mental health thing that's going on, that's prevalent out here among our people that we don't talk about. You understand what I'm saying? And that we are affected by. And, you know, we have to begin to deal with things, you know what I mean? So we can mend certain things, you know, because certain things was broken, not necessarily by our doing or our hand. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, if you running a marathon, you understand what I'm saying? And a person is 1,000, got 1,000 miles ahead of you, you know what I'm saying? In the marathon. You know what I mean? You don't look at the person and say, yo, what happened to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you so far behind or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And that's what is happening. You know what I mean? Because there's a reason why, you know, in certain aspects, we're behind as a people. You understand what I'm saying? But there's reasons why that is, you know? And we have to really work together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, work together, you know, in totality. You know what I'm saying? And stop all the petty little divisions and things of that nature. I remember Malcolm X said it best. You understand what I'm saying? He said, yo, he said, you're not suffering because you're a Christian or because you're a Muslim or because you're a Rasta or because you're this, that, third. You're suffering because you're black. You understand what I'm saying? And for that reason alone, we should come together. You know what I mean? In every way. You know what I mean? So a suffering people is going to, you know, is going to make each other suffer more. You know what I mean? By warring within side of the nation itself, we're going to make each other suffer more. That make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, people, yeah. PTSD. You know what I mean? That is going to be the topic. You know what I mean? I'm going to come live and direct. This is Mr. AKA, you know what I mean? Manners and respect. That is what Mr. stands for, okay? Manners and respect. And this is Spliff Tales. Like I said, the subject is going to be, and I guess I'll mark it subject too, you know what I mean? Because I'm, you know, it's kind of a first installment or whatever the case is. But just to give you a little idea of some of the things we're going to touch on. Our first topic is going to be PTSD, present traumatic stress syndrome, that all African people globally, all black people globally suffer from present traumatic stress syndrome. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, so just hold tight. You know, I have the next thing scheduled, you know what I mean, to talk more in depth about it and the causes and some of the solutions. You know what I mean? Yeah, for real. Anyway, love you people, love you black people, you know what I mean? Yeah, love you to the max, you know what I mean? This is Mr. M.A.R. AKA Manners and Respect. Bless up.